Well, hello everybody, welcome to Scott Plays Keys. It's Friday night and we're going to be jamming some tunes tonight. We hope you are doing well, hope you've had a good week. Let me know what you've been up to, you know. I've been busy learning some Adele this week, actually, making chord sheets for that and stuff. But I'm going to start off with a massive song from Jess, Glynne, a really big one, pop one. So let's play a little bit for you. It's called Rather Be. So we've got some strings at the start, and then we've got some synth.
But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away
Repeat.
forever, exalted in the sea, as long as I am with you.
Then you've got a pre-chorus bit. Hello Andy, how are you doing?
With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same.
And then you're in with the chorus, and the chorus is going to be piano. And this big run up. So we got strings, we got piano, we got keyboards going on, we got a lot going on in this one. Here's the string bit isolated. So let's have a listen to the intro again. It's been a while since I played this, so we're going to refresh as we go. So this is what we got at the start. And I'm using a sound called a few strings. So, and I've got a split point there. In the intro, I've turned it up a little bit. Okay, so that's the intro, and that's how I'm kind of playing it, even though that doesn't make a sound, but that's gonna come in later on when we play the chorus. That's gonna sound. So once again, I'll try and play it a bit cleaner for you. So first time it does. The second time it does. So from the start. And then you rest. So yeah, it's just all about getting the mechanical kind of movement of. There, you see I did it again. So you kind of roll in the hand to make it easier. It took us a while to get this. Do I know Take It to the Limit by the Eagles? No, I don't know that one. Let me listen to that through the week, and I'll see if there's anything I can do with that. I know Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles and Hotel California. Okay, so once we do the intro, we've got the same deal on the synth. So I go to scene 2. In scene 2, by the way, I've got another camera coming for this screen. So next week, hopefully, this screen's going to be a lot more clear. So I've got analog piano for this, and this is the sound. And I've edited the sound a little bit so that it's more like stabby than what it is originally. Put some EQ on there as well. And then you've got the run. So again. So that's one of the things where you start thinking about it, then you start messing it up. It's not something you can think note for note. You just kind of let the muscle memory do that. And then the vocals come in. And then you've got a pre-chorus, which pre-chorus is kind of like it's a weird thing. Little run. Yeah. And then chorus is going to be, well, first part of the chorus is scene 3, and that changes this to a full concert grand. And then you can play the main. Part 2 of the chorus, scene 4, we're now layering in some strings, that string sound. Now down in the left hand, the chords are happening. So I've got an octave piano. That's it. And then you've got the run up again. And then in the second verse, there's a cello. So what I've done is I've put the cello here, but so at the start of the second verse, I'm doing that. And then when I want the cello, I can fade in the super knob. Yeah, now we've got a lovely cello. That's a solo cello, by the way. Great sound. Scene 6 is then layering it up again for another. Yeah. Scene 7 is where I've it's similar to the other scene where it's left hand piano, right hand strings, but the volume's a bit different. So that is 7 scenes. There's a lot going on here. 7 scenes. So let's just play it through with the rest of the band. Let's mute everything else. As always, we're using Moises AI to get the multi-tracks for any song that I'd like to download. So I'll mute strings, don't need that, mute piano, and then I'll put on a metronome so I can stay in time until the rest of the band come in. Right, so let's see if this starts straight away. Right, so it's going to be start straight away. Let's give it a go. Have to be fast. Rest. Scene 2.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place.
2 seconds. I've just noticed this this visualization stopped working. 1 second. Just bear with me here. 1 second. Strange that was working before. Oh. This must be transmitting on a different MIDI channel. So it's seen one. I've never noticed that before. Must just be this. It must just be this patch. Let's have a look. Channel 1's got a exclamation mark. That's weird. Okay, zone 1. Okay, that seems to be working now. Okay, let's go from the start of that one again. That was weird. It looks like MIDI channel issue. Right, from the start. Scene 2.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would wait forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat.
Pre-chorus.
With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same. Gave you another name. Switch up the batteries.
Scene 3.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little hope you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 We set out on a mission to find our inner peace, make it everlasting, so nothing's incomplete. It's easy being
Get ready for the cello.
sacred simplicity. As long as we're together, there's no
Cello
place
fade in the
I'd
foot pedal.
rather be. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so
Again.
casually. We're different and the same.
Get ready on scene 6.
Switch up the batteries.
Hard piano chord.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little hope you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah.
It is a lot.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather
Scene 7.
be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be.
Yeah? Okay, so the chorus. I was playing the chorus wrong. So left hand. It's like a... And you notice in that song there's no guitar either. So at least in a live setting you've got a guitarist kind of you've got a guitarist kind of helping you out there, especially on that breakdown where it goes because I like to do the yeah, bam bam. If you gave me a chance I would take it. It's a shot in the dark. Yeah? Okay, yeah, so that is, yeah, it's all about left hand, making the left hand sound like a full piano part. So, if I actually solo what I've got here, first part, and I've got a split point here. Second part, again octave lower. And then this one. So that one is just emphasizing these. And then all together you've got. You just need to locate left hand. I mean, it's actually things like that is when I'm playing it together with both hands, because I've learned both hands together. It's easier to actually play two hands together than what it is to play one in isolation, kind of thing. Yeah. So that is Rather Be by Jess Glynne. Crazy song, a lot going on. Like I said, I wanted to show something with a lot of scenes, and that's your scene changes with also the cello on the foot pedal. Yeah, very, very fun once you've learned that. Bit, you've learned like 80% of the song. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Now I'm going to move on to a request from Andy. As always, he's got something for me to play. I'm happy to do it. Another Pink one. It's called Who Knew? Hopefully you know this song. If you don't, I'll give you a little play of it. This is it here. From like 2002 or something. You took my hand, you showed me how, you promised me you'd be around. From 2006 actually. Right. Bass comes in here. I took your words and I believed in everything you said to me. Yeah, that's no right. Keys yet. So we got some strings, string chords. And by the way, when she plays this live, it's an organ that comes in. 'Cause you said forever and ever, who knew? Drop out here. Remember when we were such fools and so convinced and just too. Okay, you can hear a string part now. Oh, cool. Oh no, no, no. chorus again.
When someone said, "Count your blessings,"
Big guitar sound.
I guess I just didn't know how. I was all wrong. They knew better. Still, you said forever and ever. Who knew?
Middle 8 is a big string bit here.
I'll keep you locked in my head until we meet again.
String line again.
And I won't forget you, my friend. What
Big chorus
happened?
then.
If someone said 3 years from wrong and that last kiss, I'll tear.
Okay, so we got strings coming in at the end, which is you see how massive this software is. Let me change scene here and show you. Let's show you a bit of this. If you don't already know, this is what I'm using to get all the multi-tracks for the streams. It's really simple. You just drop any WAV file in, and it automatically generates all the different multi-tracks.
'Cause they're all wrong. I know better.
I mean, it does a pretty good job at isolating it, you know. And this, you can even pay extra if you want better isolation. But I'm happy with what this does, you know. So I'll then go in and
Remember
mute strings, mute other,
fools and so
and then I've just got bass, guitar, drums, vocals, and then that's what I end up playing to. So that's Moises. If you want to check it out, it's AI. It's not sponsored. Maybe one day, but yeah, it's definitely good for keyboard players, because also what we can do is if there's a sample that we need to take from the song that is surrounded with every other instrument, we can drop it into that and cut out the sample and use it for ourselves, you know. So it's a very good tool. Yeah, it's I was gonna ask this question. Good day. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Right, so let's have a look at what I've got here. So scene 1, I've just got one scene, and basically foot pedal's going to bring in some extra strings for the end. So left hand's going to be organ. So yeah, so the foot pedal actually brings in the organ. And I've programmed it all down there. So I'm going to be playing chords down here, and I've got the strings up here. And then the string line, that's it there. Panos, hello, from Greece. Well, you know, you want to know a funny story? The first ship I worked on, the cruise ship, we sailed around Greece. Very nice. We came out of Crete and went to Athens, but the captain of that ship was called Captain Panos, and he was the first captain out of 12 different captains I've had now, but he was my favorite. Really, really nice guy. As Greek as they come, and he really enjoyed the live music on board as well. He really liked the band. Rhodes, yeah, Rhodes. Yeah, I've been to Rhodes as well. We went to Rhodes. Very nice place. Hot though. Jeez, that was hot. Especially for my white skin. I was always trying to avoid being sunburned, but it's a very, very nice place. I hope to go back there one day. Yeah, Panos, Captain Panos. What a legend, by the way. What a legend. But there's a lot of Greek people actually work on ships. It's quite common, isn't it? Quite common. A lot of sailors and stuff from Greece. So, second verse, we got a little... This is all through the second verse. So what I'm using there is dynamic bow and quick strings. So it's a combination of two sounds. Dynamic bow and then quick bow. So I usually use a combination of these two sounds quite a lot when I'm doing string stuff, because this is a good kind of sustained string sound. And then this dynamic bow is a good initial kind of attack sound. You know, you can play it legato, and depending on how you play it, the different sounds come out. And then I've got medium, large string section. That's one of my favorite sounds to use when I'm doing like the here. So that's a chord progression for the chorus. And then with the organ. Yeah. We got a piano as well. Piano, just overlaying, but a higher octave. And then all together we got a big sound. So I think we're ready to play. Hopefully that answers most of the questions about the song. And as always, I'll upload these to Sound Mondo. Yep, everything is default sound, so you'll be able to use Sound Mondo to download these sounds if you'd like. Let's go for it. So we got a break here, we got a bit of a rest.
You took my hand, you showed me how, you promised me you'd be around. That's right.
Now I'm going to come in lightly when the bass comes in.
I took your words and I believed in everything you said to me. Yeah.
Get ready.
That's right. If someone said 3 years from now,
Foot pedal in for the organ. Drop out. Okay, get ready on this string line for the second verse. C sharp.
Remember when we were such fools and so convinced and just too cool. Oh no, no, no.
Repeat.
I wish I could touch you again. I wish I could still call you friend. I'd give
Left hand foot in.
when someone said count your blessings now for the long gone. I guess I just didn't know how. I was all wrong. They knew better. Still you said forever and ever. Who knew?
Get ready on the middle eight.
I'll keep you locked in my head until we meet again.
Okay, so there I do the left hand as well on the middle eight. So let's just take it back.
better. Still you said forever and ever. Who knew?
B minor in the left hand.
I'll keep you locked in my head until we meet again.
Again.
Until we meet again. I won't forget you, my friend. What happened?
Now, right hand.
If someone said 3 years from now you'd be long gone, I'd stand up and punch them out. 'Cause they're all wrong, and that last kiss I'll cherish until we meet again. And time makes it harder. I wish I could remember, but I keep your memory. You visit me in my sleep, my darling. Who knew? My darling, who knew? Darling, I miss you, my darling. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah. So yeah, at the end, it's kind of going crazy with the. And you could, if you want to make it easier to play, you could probably just octave that sound and just play it on one hand. But I like to kind of dig into it. So okay, so that is Who Knew. It's a fairly simple one. It's mostly just, it's mostly just that left hand kind of chord, which sometimes it's good to play a song like that because it gives you a bit of a break. Whereas Rather Be before, when you actually your brain's going crazy. Okay, next one. It's time for some 70s. Some disco. I'm looking forward to this one. One of my favourite bands, CHIC. Nile Rodgers. I've seen them twice. I've seen Nile Rodgers twice. Absolute machine. Music machine. He's like over 70. He's fantastic. I really recommend. Tickets aren't that expensive to see CHIC these days, because the tour like every year. If you ever get the chance to watch Nile Rodgers and CHIC, I really recommend it because you don't only hear songs from CHIC like Everybody Dance, Good Times, Le Freak. You also hear songs from Sister Sledge, Diana Ross, Madonna, because Nile Rodgers was the hit maker. He's a disco man. He wrote I'm Coming Out. He wrote Let's Dance. David Bowie, even some Duran Duran. He did a song with Duran Duran. Obviously, Get Lucky. You've got Daft Punk as well. So what a concert to go to if you get the chance. Nile Rodgers, I love that guy, honestly. Okay, let's have a listen to CHIC, and this is the live version because it's way more funkier. Let's go from the. And we're going to come in with a big stab, and the stabs are G-A. Yeah? Ah. Just like that. Again. Octave. Even do left hand, make it bigger. Now into the verse. So we got some brass. Got some electric piano in the left ear, I can hear. A minor and D. Again. Okay. So yeah, left hand again. And then verse. And then a little. Okay, so the voices I'm using. There's a great voice here. Disco. This is a great sound. It's a little fall. And if it's not there, you really miss it. That was without. With. It just gives it more attack. Velo falls we've got. As far as brass goes. Soprano AF1 and 2. It kind of it starts off quiet and then it gets louder, crescendo. So it's like you've actually got some brass people playing. And then we've got some more strings. Look, quick bows. It's what we used last song. And then octave lower. And then lower disco strings. So scene 1, let's just refresh. Scene 1, and by the way, the electric piano here is it's early 70s. He's a pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean. Who is? And we've also got reverb on there as well, making it last longer. So one of the big tips to say is when a sound is sounding dead, when it doesn't sound big, just put in the reverb. Just dial the reverb up, especially when it comes to brass, especially when it comes to strings as well. You know, you play that in it. It's massive. Turn the reverb off, it's going to sound like pants. You know, it sounds terrible, that. Even a little bit of reverb. And then back to where it was. You know, it just gives you more. It just gives you more sound, you know, and that's a good thing at this in this occasion. Right, so difference between scene 1 and scene 2, I've got this velo falls sound coming in. So when I do play, you see? So that's the verse, strings, chorus, brass. Okay? You've got a middle 8 section here, which is just literally A minor to D. And then right hand's going to do inversions. That's how I play it. A minor. And then I might throw in a C. And then that builds all the way up to all the pressure, yeah, into the verse. So, again, you've got the brass coming in slowly, which is great for that kind of thing. See, it really cuts through at points as well, which is great. Right, I think we're ready to play this through to see how it sounds with just our band. I'll turn the rest off. Here we go. Scene 1, get ready. Stabs. Off. Repeat. Get ready, scene 2. Scene 2. Just soft in the right hand. Riff. Build, D, F sharp, off. Riff. Scene 1 chorus. Sometimes I do. Just switch it up. Scene 2. Got another verse. Scene 1 for chorus. Getting ready for the build now. Here, build, here. Should start low and then build. Do scene 2. Last time. Yeah, so live this build is good sound, but here it sounds too loud. But you want to start really quiet. Dig in harder. And it just sounds massive. And then remember, everybody, the whole band should just bam, bam, rest. And then back in on there. That's great what they do. Andy, thank you so much. You know you don't have to. Thank you very much for the super thanks. Really appreciate that. You know, it helps. I will get a new camera next week for this scene. So hopefully improve the quality of the video that we're seeing here, and then I'll be able to show you more settings a bit more in detail. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Right. Yeah, great song, by the way, Le Freak. Yeah, love that one. It's always good to do live as well. Gets everybody on the dance floor, and that's the best. They're the best type of songs for me. I love just playing it when people are dancing. You know, I don't care about people sitting down watching the band like, No, I don't want people to watch. I just want people to have a good time, especially in a party band setting. Jeez. Okay. The next song I was going to do is, I'm going to dial it back a little bit. I'm going to do a slower song now for once. This is a great song, a great classic song from the 80s by Cyndi Lauper called Time After Time. It's lovely for synths as well. Classic 80s song. In that little riff. So we've got a quiet brass with a warm pad in DX Legend. Guys, if you've got the Montage or you know, anything Yamaha with this operating system, you've got AMX, FMX sound systems and AMW2 sound systems, which is sample. One's a sampler and the other one is basically a synthesizer. And this is the type of sound you can get from this DX Legend. So crisp. And then with the warm pad behind it. Quiet brass. And then later on, I bring in the classic medium-large section. Controlled by the super knob. And then verse, scene 2 for the verse. And all this is it mutes everything apart from an organ. So that's the verse. And even though I'm playing left hand, there's nothing happening there, because I don't need that. But why do I do that? Well, it's because I naturally play two-handed when it's like this, when I'm reading the chords. Later on, when the second verse happens, it's going to be a different scene, and I will have this left hand playing. So instead of me remembering an extra thing to not play the left hand in the first verse, I just make a split point. So I can make things a lot easier just by picking split points, even though I'm playing things. Can't hear it. Okay. Scene 3 is going to bring in that quiet brass for the pre-chorus. Scene 4 is the chorus. And that's DX Legend with the organ. Sorry, it's... Yeah, that's it. That's a chord progression. And then scene 5 is for the last chorus when it brings in everything for a big chorus at the end. Okay. So let's have a listen to it first. So this is the song. Mute the keyboard. I think we're ready to give this a playthrough. Fairly simple song, just so long as you've got your chord charts right. And when I originally learnt this song, I kind of had... For the chorus, I think I had originally, look and you will find me, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting, time after time. And then I re-listened to it, and I could hear something was wrong. And I'm like, there's something not right there. It turns out it's a... Just like that, and then you add that one chord, and it's all of a sudden it sounds like you were busking it. To now you've actually, you've spent some time on that. You know, kind of playing how it should be. So sometimes, just little things like that make a world of difference, especially in these 80s songs. Okay, let's go from the top. Scene 1, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. Scene 2. Scene 3. Scene 3, pre-chorus. Scene 4. Intro. Repeat. I always miss that repeat. Repeat for the instrumental. Breakdown. Scene 5. Last chorus. Scene 2. Last time. Yeah, it's extended for the recorded bit. Yeah, so just build the sound, so by the end you've got a big sound. Easy song to play, easy enough to play, and it's a nice one as well. Lots of people know that song. Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time. Okay, let's move on now to sticking. I think this one was the 80s as well. Some Michael Jackson. Let's check out 87, 1987. The Way You Make Me Feel. Now, I wanted to do this one because I've got a couple of samples in this. And by the way, if you don't know how to load in a sample, you can there we go. You can put it on a USB stick, so long as it's a WAV file. You can put it on a USB stick and plug it into the back here, and then load your sample directly onto the keyboard and make a sound out of that. So what I've got here is I've got a percussion sound, a drum sound. So if I go into this and then select drum key, so there's my first sample. That's from the original sound, from the original song. And I've also got a car starting. Because at the start of this song, guess what we got? We got like a little rev, you know? And I just thought, let's put the car start. And for a bonus, I've got a car starting, but it doesn't work properly. So the idea of that was I'd kind of be like, and then this thing I could come over and turn a key, then we'd be into it there. And now we got a arpeggiator, a percussion arpeggiator. So they're the samples, and I'm going to be hitting this one a lot, yeah, before the choruses. So percussion arpeggiator, what do we have? Well, we got so that's been played in by me. I've played that pattern and recorded it, and then made it an arpeggiator. So now, when we play the song, it just makes things a bit, you know, a bit more authentic to the original song. When you've just got a drummer there, great drummers, you know, I played with great drummers, before, but sometimes you need the percussion bit, and that loop is great to have. It just kind of brings it up a level. So what do I actually have going on? Well, mainly left hand, we've got this pad. I'll turn off the percussion. Super strings. So that's the inversion. Low E flat, F, high E flat. Or root position. Low E flat, high E flat. And then right hand is doing these offbeat stabs. And the sound I'm using is OB synth comp. Combined with Bell DX. Now, notice the Bell DX it's got no reverb at all, and that's because we're going for that tight sound on the right hand. We've got some panning going on as well. This Bell DX. So we're splitting the sound across the stereo field so it sounds bigger. Scene 2, we've got a change in the volume. It's just literally a different volume change. It's lower for the verses. Where you make me feel. Into the chorus, I'm going to hit that. Okay, we've got some brass bits going on. And that's a big, thick brass sound. Velo falls, so if I hit it hard, it's going to do that fall down. And it depends how hard you hit it, depending on what sound you can actually get from it. Also, we've got lower sound. Sax band, this sound's called sax band. Combined it with the velo falls. And then right up here, we've got the synth bit for that breakdown. And it's got that kind of pitch bend thing. See you later, Grandjew. See you later. Thanks very much for watching. We've got all the Andrews and Andys in here today, don't we? Take care. I'll see you next week if you're around. Have a good weekend. Yeah, so the issue I had here was to pitch bend this. I wanted to still play this. Because when that came off, it just sounded too weak, even with the rest of the band playing. So what I did, I assigned the super knob to pitch up this sound. You know, it just pitches it up just a little bit. And the way you play it is... So, together. It's so much easier with the drums, but you get the idea. Scene 3, I think, just kills the arpeggiator. So scene 3 is going to change the arpeggiator. You can't see it, but the light on the arpeggiator button goes off when I press scene 3. So just by myself. And I'm doing that kind of, and then fill in. Okay. So let's play it through without, I'll take off the arpeggiators because the percussion's going to clash with the track. So we'll just play it from start to finish with the Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. And it's very, very samey. The whole song is the same. Right, so we start off with the car. Left hand, right hand. There's a little intro riff, B flat. Stop playing. B flat to A flat. Sample. Sample. Synth solo. Brass riff. Goes on and on. There we go, and it's still going on. Wow, you gotta love the original songs of the 80s when they weren't cut down to 3 minutes. Yeah, so that's a great example of using a sample. You know, your drummer might be playing the fill correct, but you need that extra sound from the original tune. Definitely worth going the extra mile just to get them sounds. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to move on now to a song by Robbie Williams. This is a big song, and it's more of a piano thing. It's called Angels. I think I just use my piano for this one actually, but I wanna kind of demonstrate with the strings and how we kind of. The whole song is kind of like that pattern. And then that's it. I thought I had a patch for this. I might just be spelling this wrong. Angels, there we go. I knew I had a patch for it. So strings under. Because scene 2 comes in with massive amounts of strings. Solo, guitar solo. In this piano sound is called Imperial Grand Piano, and I think this is like from an extra pack. Yeah, it's a good sound for this one. Let me play you some of the song. Hope you know it.
Do they know the places where we go when we're great and old?
It's slightly tuned down, I think.
'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love.
Listen to how out of tune.
I'm loving angels instead.
I mean, at least they're playing it in the original key. You know, they haven't took it down a semitone or whatever. But it's still a pain when you try to play along to it and it's not in 440 hertz.
Do they know the places where we go when we're great and old? 'Cause wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Wow, when I feel a leaf.
Okay, I think I've got it. Minus 40 tuning. Okay. Imagine that, you know, you this is how big you are. You've got your own guitar ready in the right key. You've got your own bass guitar ready. Everybody's getting the just for one song probably. That's how massive Robbie Williams is. Right, let's do a little playthrough.
I see the road. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Do they know the places where we go when we're great and old?
Start that again. Hey, sorry. That's yeah, that's it. That's the one.
I see the road. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Do they know the places where we go when we're great and old? 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
Second verse.
Wow, when I feel weak, and my pain walks down the one-way street, I look above, and I know I'll always be blessed with love. And as the feeling grows, she breathes fresh to my bones. When love is dead,
Foot in for the chorus.
when I come to call, come on.
Guitar Solo Scene 2. B minor 7. Little run up. Right hand riff. Folder for outro. Live ended. Into Don't Stop Believing. That's what we'd usually do at the gig. Yeah, great. Okay, yeah, it's a good one to end the night. That one for all sorts of gigs. Very good. Robbie Williams, Angels. Hope you enjoyed that one. Right. I want to do. Did I actually put this in? Song, but yeah, it's a great song. It's a fantastic song. I want to do "I Got a Feeling" by Black Eyed Peas, mainly because it demonstrates a sample, another sample. You know that I like the samples. Let me just get it because I haven't dropped it in yet. Just bear with me. Hope you're having a good time, by the way. Hope you're enjoying it. Remember, leave a like, please. It does help. It actually helps, all that time when I've been watching YouTube, listening to people say leave a like, subscribe, I never thought it would help, but it actually does. Right, where are you? I got a feeling. This one's by Black Eyed Peas, by the way. So I've done the same thing that I did with the Michael Jackson sample. I've loaded a sound, and the way I've got this set up is you can only play it when the arpeggiator's on. But if I turn that off for a second, you're gonna hear what I've got going on. So part settings, arpeggiator, advanced. So that's it there. Okay, so that's the sound that I've loaded in, and I've got it assigned to an arpeggiator, so I can just press it, and so long as the drummer plays to a click track, it's gonna do its own thing. Yeah. And then I'm free to do more keyboard parts. So. With the sound. I got a feeling. Right hand comes in. Got a feeling it's gonna be a good night. Night's gonna be a good night. Drums come in here. And the only other part we kind of do is this. And then to end, I've got right down here a synth bass sound. And when you pull it off as well, there's a filter that closes. And that is set to a slightly longer release, plus 22 release, and the sound is Velo Master. The strings I'm using is quick bows, higher quick bows, lower quick bows. So I've got 3 octaves of the same thing. Then down here I've got medium strings. So one of the bands I had played in last year, they were used to the guitar player, like jang 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 jang. It doesn't sound the same because this is like a clipped. You know, you can't strum a guitar like that. So when I came in and when I did my sample, everybody was like, "Oh, that sounds, you know, this sounds good." And then that lets the guitar player do more guitar stuff because there's actually another part. Let me get that because I don't know where the track went. So I'm just downloading the track now. And guys, by the way, my repertoire is in the pinned comment. If you'd like to suggest a song for me to play, I'm happy to give anything a go that's in the repertoire. And if there's something that's not there that you want me to have a look at for next week, I can have a look at that, and we can see what we can get up to next week as well. Always good to learn new songs. Just don't give me any salsa, because I can't play salsa or jazz. Make sure it's pop. Right, download. So I literally just download the song from YouTube, and then I'm gonna whack it into here. Let's See, it's waiting for it just says there, drop or select an MP3 or WAV file. So we'll just wait for this to download. Okay, so I drop this in, and now once you've dropped it in, it's going to ask you a couple of things. How do you want to split the track? So you can see here we can split it into different ways, but we are limited because of the plan that I'm on here, premium plan. I'm limited to 5 tracks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so if I don't want strings, I can bring it and tell it to separate keys, or if there's horns, I can tell it to separate horns. Okay, so what I want to do is actually get a guitar track, drum track, bass track, vocals, and then strings. I'll also have some strings as well. And then once I'm happy with that, I can click submit, and then this is going to use the AI to separate the tracks here. This is the playlist that I made. Here's I Got a Feeling, and just give it a second. It's not too slow. Usually it's quite quick. Okay, original mix, you get that, and then it's separating tracks up here. Might just be taking a little bit longer because I'm streaming, but don't worry. And also it'll tell you the chords as well down the bottom left, and if there's any lyrics, if there's any tracks that have got vocals, it will pick out the lyrics. Let's just load back into this. And while that's doing that, so the other thing that I've got here is it's almost done. I've got a sustain string on the G. So I can press the G, I can press the sustain pedal, and I can play. And these won't be affected by the sustain pedal. So massive tip there. If you just want to have a drone sound, just assign it to your foot pedal, your sustain pedal, and then make sure the rest of the sounds aren't affected by the sustain pedal. Then you can do cool stuff like that. Okay, now we've got the multi-track finally. Yeah, I'll move myself along a little bit. Here we go. There's the cello bit that I'm playing. I can just mute it off. So that's what I'd be suggesting the guitar player play. If he's not already doing that, he'd be doing them notes. Because I'm already covering the main bit. Now, the other thing, it's getting a bit technical as well. It's getting a bit technical, this, but bear with me. Hopefully it makes sense. When I trigger this, it's in time. Now, there's a couple of bits in the song where that bit comes off. Now, instead of stopping the arpeggiator and starting it again, and potentially being out of time, what I want to do is just take off. I want to turn the volume down of this bit. So now the foot controller is actually going to bring that off. So in the background we're playing to click, okay? We're playing to click. And then when it's time to bring that back in, it's in time. Okay, so it's just a bit of a technical thing why I take that off with the foot pedal and not with the button, you know. Okay, Hopefully it's the same tempo. It's saying 128. This is at 133. I'll reduce it 128. Usually I'll play songs a bit faster live as well, just to give them a bit more life. Right. Let's mute everything apart from the rest of the band and let's go for it. Oh, sorry guys, I'm still tuned from that other song. Disaster. Get back to normal tuning. That would be a disaster at a gig. At least it's not a gig, right? Right, let's go again. Right hand. I'm going to bring off the main. Foot in. Second time I'm gonna do the sustained G. Okay, third time I'm doing that broken chords. Here we go. See how we're building it.
Shut it down. Let's burn the roof, and then we'll do it again. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And do it. And do it. Let's live it on and do it. And do it. And do it.
Okay, song's about to end. I'm going to take the foot pedal out. Just have that low G. Okay, so that's the idea of that one. How we still, if you bring the foot pedal in, that's going on and on and on. So yeah, it's not really backing tracks. It's like arpeggiators triggered live. And you know what? If you didn't want that, you could always take that off and get the guitarist to do the chords again. But I think it's authentic to have that sound. So yeah, by the end, we've got a really big sound. Low G at the end. Yeah. And the only other thing for this one is the tempo. I've increased the tempo to 133. I think the original was 128. Yeah. So I've increased the tempo to that one just to be a little bit more kind of upbeat for dancing, you know. Okay. Almost the end of the stream now, guys. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've learned something new. Next week, I'm hoping to have a camera for this screen. I don't know how I'm gonna mount it yet, but we'll make it work. You know, so you should be able to see a bit more detail on the screen, and I'll be able to show you a bit more things. As to how you edit the different samples. Just like every week, I'm going to upload what I can to Soundmondo. A couple of the sounds might not be available because the third-party add-ons which I've loaded onto the keyboard. Which, by the way, you might not know you can do that. You can look for more piano sounds if you don't like the piano sounds in this keyboard. I just tend to have a selection of all different types of pianos. Also, there's Montage Expanded, I think it's called, where you can download some free content as well, some free pianos, including this felt piano. The felt piano's pretty nice. Where is it? This one. You know, so it's a bit... It's a great piano, that, for free. You know, so just check that out. Felt piano if you want it on the Yamaha website. Yeah, Andy, thanks very much. I'm going to do one more song to say goodbye. This one's by Fleetwood Mac. It's called Go Your Own Way. And why did I want to play this one? Well, it's because I'm actually doing an acoustic guitar part. I'm actually doing an acoustic guitar part for this. Because we got the electric guitar player obviously live, and then we can do this. And then in the choruses, I'm going to bring in the organ. Rocky organ, by the way. And let's break down this guitar sound because it's quite funny. And let's listen to the original. You know, it's really like it's like a really high, like harsh sound. This is it. So when I was listening to this anyway, that's what I got from it. And it's actually a sitar. Just a little bit of sitar. I'm not even going to pronounce that word. It's probably a Japanese instrument. But mainly the sound is 2 acoustics. With hip-hop stereo guitar. Now, the thing is with these guitar sounds, you heard? You hear the fret sounds as well. And then in it all together. So that's good. Being able to just cover that acoustic guitar bit. So let's take that off. Let's take the organ off because I'm going to be playing the organ. And chorus. For the chorus, I'm bringing in foot pedal for the organ. And it's chords D minor, B flat. You can hear the fret sounds and everything. Yeah. And then the Leslie speaker on the modulation wheel. I'm going to start playing it higher. Right, guys, I think that's it. Let's play it through, and I'll be seeing you next week, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Universal time. And I hope you have a good week, guys. Okay, let's do it. Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac.